We have a guest driver this morning.
Right, sure do, sweet pea.
Today is my 6-month regularly scheduled checkup at the oncologist's office. They just do blood work. Not expecting any problems, so I'm staying calm this time. It just figures, even though Dawn's driving this morning, we basically have no sunrise. It was just a little bit in Fuquay, and it's done nothing but get worse the whole way into town. Yeah. I'm on the east side of the car where I got options this morning and hands, and it just not working out for me. It's all of a sudden, it's, yep.
How complex even things we take so for granted. How much thought has to go into them, and you know, they're balancing costs, how easy it is to manufacture, how aesthetically pleasing it is, water tightness, how it's gonna hold up in the environment, you know, stuff.
Look
like
at where
that.
the door handle is on that Toyota. We're talking car design here this morning, folks. Car design. It's we're trying to figure out what this is.
It's a CHR.
Huh. It's supposed to look sporty. It looks a little bit like it belongs in Mad Max.
Yeah.
With some, you know, decorations hanging off of it. See what we mean? Just a bunch of clouds up there this morning. I'm sure they're going to burn off. It doesn't look like it's going to rain or anything, but it's just not super pretty up there today. It's 69 out. So I don't know. How hot's it supposed to be today, Donnie?
90.
90 again? Boy, those 90-degree days are getting old. We're just a few days away from October 1st. Of course, we probably won't see our first frost freeze here until about November 1st.
Yeah.
It very often does not frost freeze before Halloween. You just put her in park and I'll handle the door.
Yes, ma'am. She's in park. I didn't do that. Wait.
Bye, Johnny. Have a good day, bud.
Yep.
Bye. So Don knows where he wants to go this morning. He wants to go basically to Ridge Road and 440. We're going to drop off some glass jars to go back to the farm at the little shed that's at someone's house over there. And he wanted to just tap on the screen and have it navigate to the spot he tapped, and it won't. Of course, it won't do that.
I don't know.
Because he doesn't know the address. He just sort of knows the general vicinity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Don and I got all the glass bottles. What was it? Almost 5 Whole Foods paper bags worth.
Yeah, and there's 8 jars per bag.
Yeah, that's all from us getting kefir water and kombucha and other fermented things from the farm. And you know, as a courtesy to them, they would like the bottles back. So it's either a few a week or make a trip with a bunch. This way, Don and JB, at the end of the week when they start doing stuff in the garage, won't have all those bottles lying off on the side. So Don thought he'd take his girl to the NC State Art Museum Park.
Right, we haven't been here, it's been probably at least a good year. And it's, you know, it's not a bad day. The sun's coming out, it's burning off. This chimney, I can't remember, I guess it was left here. It's for the chimney snipes. They really do roost. There's a bird that really requires these chimneys to stay in. They used to. The papers had an article about this this last week. They used to nest in trees, hollow trees, but for whatever reason, once settlers came here to North America and started building chimneys, they started staying in the chimneys, and of course. Now all these chimneys are being knocked down, so it's had an adverse effect on the population. in downtown Raleigh this very week, a developer dedicated an existing chimney. They were going to knock the chimney down, but some people contacted the developer and said, hey, look, that's really important that that chimney stays standing for these chimney snipes so they have a place to nest and you know, lay eggs. And the developer went out there and talked to him and listened to him and said, well, you know, I can probably do something with this. So to his credit, or to their credit, they actually designed their development around saving the chimney. And this one day this week they had like a celebration of the opening of that development. They had fun and games and stuff, and you know, art contests for the kids to draw and all those kind of things. So it's kind of one of those little things you drive by every day and you don't think about these old industrial chimneys, and that some of the wildlife actually depend on these things.
I don't know how many acres are here, but a lot. This park is big. And up here, obviously, they have a little gathering spot where people can sit and chill. And then the walking trails and the artwork that's outside extends in this direction, right into the sun. This piece of artwork here is called Southern Oracle, We Will Tear the Roof Off. It was recently installed. This is a new piece in 2019. Shaped like a rooftop that has been dropped from the sky, Southern Oracle creates a space for community engagement. As the artist states, a rooftop can refer to home, stability, or shelter. But in this context, it is also an action of reclaiming power of influence, direction, and earth. The title is inspired by a song by Parliament Funkadelic, the project of renowned musician and North Carolina native George Clinton. Visitors are invited to walk on the roof and explore the interior, where they can share music in a crowdsourced jukebox. The work is activated by a series of collaborations with local artists and community groups. To see event schedule, ncartmuseum.org. So you are invited to walk on the rooftop. There's Don. Hey, Donnie. And I guess they play music over here.
Santa Claus training ground.
Don said it's Santa Claus.
Santa learns how to go down the chimney.
That's funny. Don tried to tell me it was steep walking up there.
Yeah, well,
I was determined to go up anyway. And apparently you go in from the other side and they play, you know, they have musical stuff here sometimes.
Really? You go in from the other side?
He's just showing off. Show off.
You know, it's just the kind of guy I am.
Yes, that's supposed to be a person, essentially. It's by South African artist Liddell Mo. It's from 2000 when it was installed or created, and it's concrete and steel. It's called Collapse 1. There must be a Collapse 2 someplace. It's a, you know, a steel mesh frame with cement on it. The sun is pretty intense right now. I'll turn in a minute and show you what I call the Stargate ×3. The real name of the structure is GYRE Gear, 1999 concrete colored with iron oxide, reinforced with steel and mottled with dirt residue from earth casting. Yeah, it's kind of a red tint, and here in North Carolina with the red clay, that makes perfect sense. They built some trenches, put some concrete in, and used a crane to lift each of the rings into place. So it's pretty cool. I like it. We would have liked to have walked a little more, but we're out of time. Out of time.
Yep.
It goes on for a ways. There are 10 or 15 more pieces of art and a pedestrian bridge over 440 that we've gone out on before. That's pretty cool with the traffic going by underneath.
Yeah, you can easily walk for an hour or more here. I mean, it's 5 miles probably, all the walking.
Yeah, I would allot 3 hours if you come and you really want to see the whole thing. If you're capable of walking the whole thing, that's probably what I would do. And bring water. I don't think there's a bathroom or water or anything out on the trail, so you sort of need to be prepared. Don said he found the perfect parking spot for Ruby. And on top of that, this SUV isn't going anywhere. Yeah, parking was really at a premium here this morning. They're doing some construction near the emergency department on the backside of Duke Regional Hospital, and we weren't able to park where we usually park. So everything was fine. All my blood work came back good, except for the cancer markers, 24/27, which won't be back until tomorrow. She's not too worried. The physical exam and the blood work was all good. So I'm just gonna even forget there's supposed to be more tests coming back. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do, Donnie. I want to forget. It'll be fine. Yeah.
I agree.
I've been calling for several minutes. Took you long enough. Hey, Gray, it took you long enough. I see Slate coming down, too. Hi, where's Tux? Where's Tux? Thank goodness for a nap. Although I could still be napping. It's just, Don and I are that tired today. So I'm on my way to pick up Johnny. He has a 4 p.m. dentist appointment down in Anger. So technically we have enough time to come home and then drive over there. That's probably what we're gonna do. If it was up to me, I think we'd go to Guardian Angel and walk around and then just go to the dentist appointment. But I suspect Johnny's gonna want to change. So probably come home and then go over there. Not a cloud in the sky this afternoon. It's 85 out there. You sure we're looking sharp for Well-Dressed Wednesday today, bud? I'm going into Guardian Angel withdrawal, and we need to kill about 30 minutes, so we're gonna go look around before we head to the dentist. They're cleaning the floors this week, getting ready for their 20th anniversary celebration on October the 5th. And yeah, Jeff's been working hard over here on the floor. It does look great. Those parfait glasses are so pretty. The frosted glass, wow. I know it's amazing, but I didn't buy anything today. Although I was really tempted about a couple of Longaberger baskets that came out. They had the plastic liner and they even had the wood lids, but no fabric liner. I don't know. They just weren't quite what I wanted. As seen at our dentist office today. It's a 4C Max plugged in. Wondered why it was parked over there. Makes perfect sense now. We have a very happy young man, right?
That's cavity free.
That's right. He's very happy, and Mom is happy too. We're home now, and before I pull in the garage where it's dark, I thought I'd show you that today we went 150.5 miles. That's because we had that extra trip over to Durham. And I wanted to make 2 comments about our drive today, Don and mine's drive to Durham. Number one, twice today and then one day over the weekend, Don's profile had turned creep on. And Don absolutely did not turn creep on, nor did I. My profile has creep on because I like creep. Don actually likes it for pulling out of the garage, which he's usually doing in the mornings on my profile, but he doesn't like it the rest of the time. So that was kind of weird. You know, those little gremlins that somehow valet mode got on a week ago. Creep has seemingly turned itself on accidentally twice also, which is odd. Also, there were several times today when Don was driving on autopilot that Ruby put on a turn signal, and 15 seconds, 20 seconds later, and there's nobody there, she still just like would not move the car over. It was whether he engaged the turn signal or she put the turn signal on. She's waiting forever. So we are really hopeful that version 10 is going to improve the speed at which she can make the determination it's safe to go. On a positive note, though, there was a time today when Don put on his signal and started to move from the left lane into the center lane. I believe the road was 3 lanes there. And Ruby made the emergency beep and put up the red line, and there was a car right in Don's blind spot that he didn't see. So she alerted him that it wasn't safe to pull over to the right, which was really good. I guess I'm glad we didn't get farther into the way of that other car for her to have had emergency moved us back. I don't want to test that, but she at least let Don know, and he took corrective action, and life is good. So yeah, just a few other little Tesla related things. Don is coming in from his run, and I'm gonna go in the house and cook a bottom round roast. Speaking of Don, hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
How are you? Glad to have that run done. Yeah, it's 84.
A little warmer today. Humidity up a little higher.
Yeah, I hear you.